Some MPs recommended the dissolution of the Higher Education Students' Loan Board. And in sports, Yanga to play Club African of Tunisia on Wednesday at Benjamin Mkapa Stadium. Good evening. This is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's start things off with the national news. The President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan, has directed for the formation of a task force that will be overseen by the Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa so that it can create strategies and policies on how the government will come up with clean cooking solutions. The President said this when speaking during the launch of a two-day clean cooking conference in Dar es Salaam.
Vile swala hili ni mtambuka, linakata sekta zote, kuanzishwe kikundi kazi.
This matter cuts across all sectors. Formulation of a task force in coming up with clean cooking solutions instead of depending on the government alone. It is important to also involve private sector. At the Ministry of Energy, our task is to look at energy in large dimension. Usually we are asked about electricity and fuel prices, but energy does not only focus on those items, but rather touches every home, which is cooking energy. Honorable President, we have received your directives in ensuring that Tanzanians' lives are improved through means of cooking. Gas cylinders have been in the country for a while but did not reach low-income earners. Our company has changed the approach of selling gas cylinders by giving Tanzanians loans in purchasing the product and a special card to allow our client to purchase gas in installments.
Beef biomass is a primary source of energy for cooking in Tanzania, with 60.5% of urban households using charcoal. This puts a lot of pressure on the environment, as charcoal is a key driver of forest degradation. Increased demand for charcoal is driven by rapid urbanization, informal living, scarcity or unavailability of alternative fuels. In addressing cooking challenges in Tanzania, together with the Ministry of Energy, we have developed a sizable program to support the government in undertaking numerous initiatives aimed at reducing the use of biomass. The program is called Integrated Approaches to Sustainable Cooking Solutions, with a total allocation of 72 billion shillings for a period between 2021 and 2025. The specific objectives are to increase the usage of modern and clean cooking solutions in urban areas and increase production of sustainable wood fuel in rural areas.
And some members of Parliament have recommended that the Higher Education Student Loan Board be dissolved and investigated due to many complaints on issuance of loans, with qualified students not getting loans, leading some of them to fail to report to university until now. The Speaker of Parliament, Dr. Tulia Ackson, has thus directed the Loans Board to go before the Parliament's Service and Community Development Committee to address the complaints.
The Parliament should discuss on how to support these children who are still stuck at home. We are in contact with Finance Department to rescue this situation, at least to reach to more students.
Siku ya Ijumaa saa 7 kamili wajikute kwenye hiyo kamati.
On Friday, committee members should discuss so that we understand the problem. We have to understand why Loans Committee does not listen to directives given.
And some families of the livestock keeping community in Emirete village, Monduli district, have nowhere to live after their bombers were allegedly burnt down by residents of neighboring Okeshwa village after they were accused of invading forests in the council and building permanent houses, thus causing environment destruction.
It is people from Upper Monduli who does that every year. We have received directives from our local government leaders. We shall address the residents to calm down. If we respected the agreement, this could not have been a problem. In this meeting, we should condemn the act of breaking and burning down homes. It is a very bad image to pastoralist communities since we are the ones in need of the land.
Watu ambao mimi ninawalaumu mpaka leo, na kweli lawama hizi wanatakiwa wazibebe ni TFS na wataalamu wetu, kwa sababu wameruhusuje watu wanajenga mpaka leo wanaishi mle, alafu wameruhusuje watu wanalima. Hii imetengeneza vacuum ambayo hawa wananchi sasa imeleta mgogoro, kwa sababu mmeshindwa kusimamia taratibu na sheria ambazo ninyi mnazijua vizuri.
And a few days after the president announced the census results for humans and housing, the Minister of Natural Resources and Tourism, Ambassador Pindi Chana, has announced the census results for wildlife, which has shown a major increase in large animals, including buffaloes.
Tanzania ndio nchi inayoongoza kwa idadi kubwa.
Tanzania is leading in big buffalo population globally, with a total of over 20,000 of them and 15,000 elephants, 10,000 zebras, 8,900 antelopes. Tawiri is among effective institutions in the country by doing various research in Ruaha and Katavi ecological systems.
Kuhakikishia kwamba Tawiri tunaendelea kujikita kwenye sensa.
Tawiri will continue strengthening census activities and find better scientific solutions that will be effective enough.
And Tanzania People's Defense Forces TPDF has informed the public that following the ongoing fire on Mount Kilimanjaro Reserve, the Chief of the Defense Forces, General Jacob John Kunda, has directed TPDF to take part in the operation to stop the fire, which has continued to spread. TPDF officers and soldiers have already arrived in Siha and Mwika area, Kilimanjaro region, to start the operation. And Civic United Front CUF Party Chairman Professor Ibrahim Lipumba has advised the government to direct energy towards better water conservation and harvesting systems, including construction of dams, so as to increase the speed of water production that can meet the needs of the public.
Na ukitazama takwimu za uzalishaji wa maji na matumizi ya mahitaji ya maji kwa upande wa mijini, unakuta kwamba uzalishaji ni mdogo kuliko mahitaji, pamoja na kwamba hata ule uzalishaji wenyewe, mahitaji yenyewe ni makadirio madogo kuliko yale makadirio halisi. Serikali itekeleze mipango endelevu ya ujenzi wa mabwawa ya kuvuna na kuhifadhi maji.
And the government has said that it will not hesitate to take legal action towards any officer or officials from all business institutions that will put forward their personal interests by destabilizing and disrupting investors in their business endeavors.
Taasisi ya FCC, taasisi ya FCT, zote ni taasisi ndani ya Wizara ya Uwekezaji, Viwanda na Biashara. Hivyo basi, ni lazima kukaa pamoja, kujadili, kuchambua na kuona kama kuna sheria inaleta changamoto yoyote ndani ya biashara, ndani ya uwekezaji, sheria hiyo lazima ifanyiwe marejeo.
Haki ya kusikiliza kila upande na nini. Saa nyingine unakuta sasa ile inahusisha vitu vingi, including jinsi ushahidi unavyotolewa, jinsi vidhibiti vinavyowekewa alama hadi kuja kufikia kwetu kuvitumia. Kwa hiyo labda kidogo hapo ndio unaona kidogo, kutokana na kwamba sio mahakama, kunakuwa na vitu ambavyo kidogo vina mapungufu.
A large fire whose source has not been identified yet that started in a building at Guinea Street within Miembeni ward that is in Bukoba Municipal Kagera region has caused significant damage, including burning various goods in shops rented in the building.
Around 7 p.m. we saw soot coming out from shops. That was when we called fire brigade, who has made a lot of efforts in rescuing the situation. There is a mattress store that was on fire. We did a lot of efforts in breaking into the shop to put off the fire. We used 2 fire vehicles to rescue the situation.
Mpaka sasa hakuna madhara yoyote kwa binadamu ambayo yametokea. Sio majeruhi, sio maafa. Tunawasihi wananchi wa Kagera wawe na amani kwa sababu vyombo vyote vya ulinzi na usalama viko hapa na tumeshadhibiti tukio hili.
That is the end of the national news. International news is next. In international news, in Goma, east of the Democratic Republic of Congo, women organizations have urged the government to close its borders with Rwanda and pull out of the East African community, claiming that it has failed to support DRC's fight against the M23 rebels.
Ile vikundi mbalimbali ya mrejo itusaidie kukitu. Tunakuwa ndani lakini kuwa kama vile.
Those who are meant to come and mediate, they end up changing their concept and side with the enemy. That is why we see they are merely hypocrites. If we leave EAC, then we should leave AU and SADC. Then we stand alone. Where are we going to get fighting weapons? Doing so, we shall give Rwanda more authority.
President William Ruto of Kenya has announced a new allocation of 2 billion Kenyan shillings for food relief to counties affected by the severe drought in many parts of the country. Speaking while being installed as the patron of the Kenya Red Cross Society at State House, Nairobi President Ruto said the government will also collaborate with development partners and the private sector to raise an additional 10 billion shillings.
Because the situation is both urgent and the situation is also dire, we have agreed that additionally to the 3.2 billion shillings government already made available, we are making again this morning an additional 2 billion shillings to support this food distribution mechanism. And later in the week, I will be meeting with other development partners to agree on a budget that will support and make sure that no Kenyan suffers death from this intervention. We are also making 200 million shillings available to Kenya Wildlife Service so that they too can support wildlife that are dying in huge numbers in our national parks and in our national game reserves, so that they can track water and other facilities for our lives, for our wildlife.
For the fifth time since 2019, Israelis are voting in national elections, hoping to break the political deadlock that has paralyzed the country for the past 3.5 years. The foremost issue in Tuesday's vote, once again, is former leader Benjamin Netanyahu and his fitness to serve amid corruption charges. His main rival is the man who helped remove him from power last year, centrist caretaker Prime Minister Yair Lapid. And that is the end of international news. Business news is next after the break. Now in business news. NBC Bank has announced trading of Twiga bonds that will enable companies, institutions and individuals to implement various investment projects and enable the bank to make profits.
Unaweza ukaweka shilingi 500 kwa kuanzia, ama zaidi ya 500 ikawa 600, 700, 800. Haiwezi ikawa 550. Kwa 500 ya kuanzia, inayofuata itakuwa labda 600.
Uzinduzi wa Twiga bond kwetu unakuja kama ni faraja. Sisi kama NIC investors, kwa sababu kwanza inatusaidia kupanua wigo wa uwekezaji. Kwa hiyo ina maana uwekezaji wetu in terms of portfolio sasa tutaweza
The first cargo comprising of 8 tons of cashews has been transported from Tanzania to the United States of America, with the government saying the American market will significantly contribute to the growth of the sector and increase incomes of farmers.
Zao la korosho ni kati ya mazao makuu ya kibiashara hapa nchini ambayo yanachangia kwa kiasi kikubwa.
Cashew nuts are among crops that contributes well in bringing foreign currency in the country. By 2025-2026, the target is 60% of our cashew nut should be processed before export.
Tunapouza korosho zetu kwenye soko ambalo ni la mlaji.
Once our products are sold in good prices in foreign markets, it is also a blessing to farmers who sold their cashew nuts that were exported to United States of America.
The Business Registrations and Licensing Agency, BRELA, has called on innovators and researchers to register their works with the agency in order to get patent rights that will protect their innovations.
Kwa hawa wadau ambao ndio wanaodili moja kwa moja na
Through these stakeholders that deals directly to farmers, they could share knowledge to farmers and various researchers.
The Arusha Protocol deals with 50. It is estimated that we share the population will be over.
That's where we leave off with business news. Sports is next. In sports, Yanga will play against Club African of Tunisia at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Dar es Salaam in a game vying for the ticket to play in the group stage of the CAF Confederations Cup.
La FEF avait refusé de postposer notre match de Mwanza parce que
maandalizi ya mechi ya kesho tumejiandaa. Hasa muda ni mchache. Ndani ya baada ya siku 3 tulikuwa na mechi, so ambacho tunaweza kukiandaa hapo kwanza ni kufuatilia sana mpinzani wetu ambayo tunacheza naye.
On se prépare dans les meilleures conditions possibles. On sait que notre adversaire sera.
Tumekuja kupambana na mpinzani ambaye ni mpinzani mzuri. Yanga ni timu kubwa. Tumejiandaa kupata ushindi, sababu ni mechi ambayo itakuwa na nje na ndani.
12 players from Tanzania People's Defense Force TPDF Core Club are traveling to Malawi to participate in a 4-day competition that is being held to commemorate the heroes of the Second World War.
Msafara mzima una jumla ya wachezaji jumla 12 wakiongozwa na mkuu wa chuo cha NDC kilichopo Dar es Salaam hapa, Meja Jenerali Muhona.
Nategemea kuondoka kesho asubuhi sana, urafiki, mahusiano na ujirani mwema na rafiki zetu wa Malawi,
ambapo wenzetu kutoka Malawi wakiongozwa na mkuu wa majeshi kule na majenerali kadhaa. Nakumbuka kuwepo mkuu wa Air Force na mkuu wa kamandi ya Land Force na Chief of Staff ni miongoni mwa majenerali aliofuatana nao kuja hapa.
Professional boxing coach Christopher Mzazi has expressed confidence that his boxer Vigulo Shafi will defeat Bakari Dunda in the Dar Boxing Derby to be held at the Kinesi Grounds in Dar es Salaam.
Kwa hiyo hii ndio gari ya kusafiria kuelekea kwenye nini? Kwenye mafanikio. Kwa hivyo hatutaki kuona watu wanakimbia peku.
This is the route to success. We do not want to see people walking barefooted. This is not our responsibility alone. Even other people can donate shoes and sports gears as a means of supporting Tanzanian athletes.
Kwa hiyo viatu hivi, kuna wanariadha wetu hapa hawana vifaa.
There are some athletes who do not have sports gears. This donation will support many who are in need.
That was the American athlete of Tanzanian origin, Sydney Kidabide, who handed over running gear to 20 Tanzanian athletes as part of efforts to support the government in developing athletes in the country. And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. On behalf of everyone who worked to bring you this bulletin, my name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching and have a good night.
At 9:30 and get updated on what is happening in Tanzania and around the world on political, social, and economic issues and events, without forgetting business and sports news. You can get it all right here on Capital News at 9:30 from Monday to Friday on Zuku Channel 067, Digitech Channel 1103, and Facebook Capital Television Tanzania.
Sasa unaweza kutangaza biashara yako hapa ITV ukiwa popote Tanzania. Wasiliana na mawakala wetu wa mikoani.
Moshi Boisafi Shopping Center 0767552551 au 0764150743. Talanta Insurance Agents wapo barabara ya Posta, jengo la Fresh Coach Moshi 0767421822 au 0677480717. JM Communication wapo Marangu Mtoni 0754